Welcome to the eBank Microworld. This is a strategy implementation game concerning the startup and growth of a simple online savings bank. Your aims are to win savers, grow the business and make profits. There are a number of ways you may reach the game. The next few seconds shows how to access the game through a workshop event. When you reach the welcome screen, enter the event code you've been given and the token for the group code. Click Enter Now, and from the welcome message, click Go to Event Page. You see access to some support documents at the top, and the rest of the screen is divided into two sections. The first section is listing the games that you have already created. This will be blank until you actually create some games, and the lower section lists some of the game challenges. These are strategies for the business that have already been run through to a certain point in time, and your challenge in each case is to pick up the business from that point and make a successful future for it. You can also create a completely new business by clicking Create a New Game. Hover over the blue button for one of the challenges to see more information about that particular challenge, telling you something about the history of the business to this point and your challenge for the future. To start a challenge based on this game, click Start Challenge. You are taken to the game screen itself with its name at bottom left. You can change that name under the eBank menu at top left. Click Rename, change the name, alter the description if you wish to, and click Update. You can see at the top left that there are only two decisions for you to take in this game. The first is the interest rate that you offer on the savings accounts in your bank, and the higher the interest rate you offer on savings, the faster you will win customers and the more you will keep those customers, assuming that the service quality is okay. Your second decision is to hire new staff for the call centre that supports this business. Those staff handle calls from customers when they're setting up their savings accounts, when they still have those savings accounts, and they also have to deal with the administration if savers decide to close those accounts. Before you make any decisions for this business, though, you'll likely want to see some information about how it's doing. There is a series of charts concerning customers, staff and financials at the number of customers the bank has got and whether those customers are being won or lost. There's a wide range of tables which show you exactly what the numbers are for most of the variables in the model. You can choose to remove columns from any table that you open, and you have the option of saving the table of data to a spreadsheet. Click on any table heading to see an explanation for what that item is, and you have the option to turn that column into a chart as well. There are a number of reports. This one shows the financial data for the business, and there are two special reports called resource maps that show the relationships between all of the main items in the model. You can see at the right of this diagram what's happening to the operating profit, which results from changes to the net interest income the bank receives minus the staff and other costs. The net interest income is driven by the number of savers, and the number of staff reflects your success in hiring and retaining the staff that you've got. Staff are lost if they have to work too hard. The balance between the workload from the savers and the staff capacity determines the service quality savers receive, and savers are won or lost depending on that service quality and the interest rate that you're offering on their savings. There's also a more detailed version of that same diagram. To actually make decisions in this game, you alter the numbers in the decisions box. Perhaps in this case we feel we want to increase the rate at which we win savers, so we put the interest rate up, and you click the forward button at the top right. The business moves forward, all the numbers update. Note that there is no save option. Your games are always saved to the SD Games Online server, which means that you can return to the game at any time. If you're happy that your decisions will be good for a number of periods going forward, you can run forward with the same decisions for a number of months rather than just one. If you click the back button, you also go back that same number of periods unless the back button has been disabled by your instructor. You can see your progress through the game with the time bar to the left of the play controls. You can restart this particular challenge with the restart button. It takes you back to when the challenge was loaded. If you want to start a whole new game, return to the games list on the eBank menu at top left. A useful thing to do with these games is to explore alternative strategies from a certain point in time, and you can do that using the same button you use to rename the game. Change its name, and this time click Create a Copy. Your instructor may well ask you to submit your final game, which you do under the eBank menu, End Submit Game. Some other options available to you include the ability to record notes about the game in the game notepad. Those notes are saved with the game and will be reopened whenever you start the game again. The screen can get quite cluttered with charts, tables and reports, so under the Others category you have the option to close all charts, all reports, all tables, or absolutely everything. Return to the games list and you'll see that the games you've just created have been added to the upper section of the screen, and the notes that you created in your game appear under the More Information button about that particular game. We very much hope that you enjoy playing this game.